This type has resistance to stains and mildews and has a low moisture absorbency. Other pros of this carpet type are that it is high in strength and is great at keeping its color. The next type is polyester. Polyester fibers are excellent at retaining and keeping clarity with color. This type does have a luxurious feel and is more popular in residential areas than commercial. Though polyester sheds, pills, and is not durable as nylon, it is non-allergenic, sheds moisture, is easy to clean, and resists moth and mildews. The next is wool, and this is a natural fiber that comes from sheep. This fiber sets the standard for all other fibers produced. It has been around for centuries in the history of carpet manufacturing. Wool is mainly used in woven carpets and happens to be the most expensive. Because the outer layer of wool diffuses light due to it being scaly, the soil and dirt becomes hidden from view. Wool carpet is able to maintain excellent appearance retention due to the inner core of the fiber having elastic qualities. When exposed to flame, wool chars rather than melting like most synthetic fibers, making it naturally flame resistant. Because of how tightly packed the fibers are, making it soil and dirt resistant, it tends to be higher priced. The next is acrylic. Acrylic was once a popular fiber due to it being one of the first fibers to be successfully used in the production of carpet. It is resistant to being faded by the sun and chemicals. It is used as a staple fiber. Out of synthetics, this fiber is closest to wool. Commercial spaces will generally use acrylic in carpets. It is soil resistant, easily cleaned, and is resistant to static, moth, and mildew. Nylon has evolved through 5 generations of fiber since its introduction in 1947. Nylon carpet comes in many different types, each having different characteristics. Because it is very durable, nylon is the most popular type of carpet fiber used today. Though it does last, it also wears out before its lifespan is complete. Antron. The technology behind Antron has made carpet manufacturing basically limitless. Carpets can now be made in varieties of colors, dye abilities, lusters, and fiber sizes. Antron is a nylon 6/6, it's a hollow filament fiber, and it's made by DuPont. Carpets with this fiber last longer when they're combined with another product called Duratec, and it becomes soil resistant. Ultron is also a nylon 6/6, and is excellent in color and performance. It has great resistance to matting, crushing, stains, wear, soil, and static. Ultron is claimed to be superior to all other nitron 6/6s out there. Zephedron is also a nylon 6 yarn. At the end of the fiber's life, it is recycled, making it environmentally responsible fiber. Zephedron takes pride in being friendly to the environment and having excellent performance as well as style. Zephedron nylon received MBDC's Cradle to Cradle certification at the silver tier for the use of environmentally safe and healthy materials designed for material reutilization, use of renewable energy and energy efficiency, efficient use of water and maximum water quality associated with production, and instituting strategies for social responsibility. The next is measuring. When measuring carpet, start by drawing a diagram of the room or a space. In this diagram, make sure to include all the windows, closets, doors, and traffic patterns. Also remember that carpet comes in 12-foot widths, and this is going to be important when you want to buy the carpet. So to convert to square feet, you multiply the length of the room by the width of the room. And carpet is usually sold in the square yard. So to convert this measurement to square yards, divide by 9.528. Here's some other things to remember when it comes to installing and measuring carpet, is that seams should never fall perpendicular to doorways. Seams should always run toward the primary light sources. And except in the case of stairs, which can be quarter-turned, carpet should run always in the same direction. Begin measurements in the center of the doorways rather than at the base of walls. And pattern goods such as Berber require an additional 10% coverage for pattern matching. Installation. There's a couple of different types of installation. The first is tackless, which is also known as stretch-in. In this installation method, the power stretcher or cushion is used to stretch the carpet, which is then attached at the perimeter of the room to those tack strips. This installation is easier to remove and replace the carpet if you need to, but carpet can ripple. causing problems for the disabled and elderly, so take that into consideration. The next type is adhesive. There's two types. There's direct glue down and double glue down. Direct glue down is where the carpet is glued to the floor without a cushion. Double glue down is carpet glued to a cushion and then glued to the floor. There's also carpet seaming. Hot melt tape can be used to seam carpet together. This type is quick, and the tape melts and solidifies after it's heated. The next is latex tape, and this is just coated to the back of the carpet. The third is sewing. This is where diagonal stitches are made on either side of the seam. Maintenance. To maintain your carpet, first we'll start with residential. It's a good idea to wear socks or slippers on the carpet so you don't track in the dirt from your shoes, and be sure to vacuum frequently and regularly. If there's a stain, don't rub the stain, blot it. Don't use a hairdryer or an iron to dry the spot because this will just set the stain in. Another way to get rid of a stain is to lay books or bricks or other heavy objects on a cloth on this and put it on the stain and then let it sit for a while, and then you can remove the bricks and the towel and just vacuum over the stain and it should be good. Also, a good vinegar and water should usually do the trick. For our commercial spaces, it's recommended to vacuum 4 strokes across the area. For heavy traffic pattern areas, vacuum daily. For medium traffic areas, vacuum every other day. And in low traffic areas, bi-weekly. You can get by with vacuuming bi-weekly. For stains, blot, don't rub. Do a regular extraction or cleaning, and when the carpet's wet, put fans on the carpet to make it dry faster. Same thing with removing stains as in residential is lay books or bricks on a cloth on the stain and let it sit. And with a stain like coffee, blot it with cold water first, and if that doesn't work, then use the same temperature of water as the liquid to remove the spot. Disabled consideration. What kind of carpet should I use? Use a low pile carpet. A high pile carpet is hard to move around in a wheelchair. Even hardwood and tile is hard to move around in a wheelchair because it's dangerous and slick. So always use a low piled carpet. And when it comes to the threshold, the exposed edge of the carpet should be fastened to the floor using a trim. But if the pile height is over 1/2 inch, it's important to use a transition ramp. There's fire codes. The DOC FF170 is the pill test. This is where 8 9x9 carpet samples are placed into individual airtight boxes, and then a tablet, like resembling a cigarette or an ember, is placed in the center of the carpet, and it's ignited for 2 minutes. After those 2 minutes, if the burned or charred area is greater than 3 inches from the center from where the tablet was placed, that sample of carpet will fail the test. And if this happens to 2 or more samples, then the entire carpet roll fails and can't be sold. The next is the ASTM E648, and it's the floor radiant panel test. This is where the horizontal floor covering is exposed to a flame source. Depending on how the carpet performs in this test, it's given a Class 1 or a Class 2 rating. Quality differences. There's differences in carpet. Not all carpet is the same, and there's some things to look for in a carpet when you're choosing a carpet. First is delamination, and this is when something that is laminated together comes apart, like when the secondary backing and primary backing come apart from each other after they were adhered. Delamination can cause the carpet to pucker, thus making the flooring unsafe. This can occur if the latex adhesive was improperly applied. Other factors include frequent moving of heavy equipment, excess amounts of water, and walking on wet carpet. The next is density, and this is simply just how dense the carpet is. Basically, the closer the fibers are, the more dense the carpet is going to be. And it's good to have a dense carpet because it will last longer in appearance and performance. The next is carpet smile or carpet grin. And this is where the carpet backing can be seen through the yarns, the pile. So choosing a carpet with a thicker pile is more durable and will have a longer lifespan. The next is gauge. Gauge is the distance between the tufts in a carpet. The closer the tufts or yarns are to each other, the less the backing will be seen.